How we doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and this is Lord's Odyssey Chapter 7. And as you can see, I've changed the title of this series because I'm still playing Ninja, but I'm also trying out Archer. I'm enjoying it, and the reason I've picked it up is more for that large-scale application. I just believe it's easier and more effective to play an Archer than is a Ninja, especially on Xbox with all the stutters and freezes that we get. I have more potential with the Archer than with the Ninja, because to do damage, I've got to be close up. And when that stutter does happen, when that freeze does happen, I wouldn't say 100% of the time, but it feels like 99% of the time, I just die. Now, also something new I'm going to be doing in my future videos is allowing the PvE portion to be playing during my voiceover, whereas before I've traditionally been using a close-up of my character. And something else I want to talk about. When I'm grinding, I very much enjoy watching long style podcast videos. So now as you can see here on the screen, I like watching the official Black Desert videos. They're usually 2-hour pluses. I like watching Reslar stuff, the value pack, 2 to 4 hour to 5 hour videos. Angry Joe has stuff anything from 10 minutes ranging to a couple hours long. We've got Layman Gaming, they've got plenty of 1 hour plus style videos. I don't usually watch Yellow whilst I'm grinding, but he is definitely a content creator that I very much respect and watch. And this is a new person that I found. I'm just going to say his name, Brett Weinstein. I haven't watched any of his content yet. I literally just found him yesterday when watching Joe Rogan. As you can see over here, this is the episode that I found him in. And I actually found myself not liking this individual a lot during the first half of the podcast, because he wasn't being very good at communicating his opinion on what he was talking about. But the second half of the podcast, when he starts going into deep discussions about COVID-19, and even a bit further after that, something very interesting that he found in the scientific field about mice. I'm not going to talk about what that is. It will take me hours just to even get into it. But it was just very, very interesting conversation. This specific video here, I will leave a link in the description. I know it's really long, and like I said, the first half I didn't really like, but I'll put a timestamp of where it starts getting interesting. I think a lot of people might either love or hate what he has to say, but what I can guarantee that for me it was really interesting, and I know a lot of people's interest is going to be like Marmite. You're either going to love what he says or hate what he says. Personally, for me, he blew my mind. I'm not going to lie. But to summarize my thoughts on what I want this video to be, it's kind of BDO related because it's for people like myself that when they're either live skilling or grinding, you can either watch and or listen to long form content just to fill in the space whilst you do your necessities in the game. I'd like to bring something to my channel that fills in that space with things that I find interesting. Now, one thing about this video, I know it's going to be extremely hard for me to make because first of all, I suck at content creation. I'm very good at just copy and pasting. And just doing what you see here on your screen, it takes me a long time. This specific video I've been working on for 2 days, and most of that's just been trying to find the right clips. So trying to do the same thing, but for the content that I watch is going to be difficult. It's probably going to be boiled up to a once a month video, at most maybe once every 2 weeks. And I'm not 100% sure if I can even post it because of copyright. The whole thing's pretty much going to be copyright. I might do some very small voiceovers about interesting facts that I'd like to make when listening to these different types of podcasts, whether that be in the entertainment factor or the educational factor, just to give my take on it. But it's mainly going to be letting those videos play out, and that is 100% copyright. What I don't know is whether or not I'm okay to show it even though it's copyright material, since I'm not gaining any monetary value. My channel is not monetized, and that video will not be monetized even if I decide to go down that path in the future. But what I don't want is to get copyright striked and to take away from other people's content. I don't feel like any of the channels I've listed is going to have a problem with me showing off their content because I'm just giving them more of a viewer base and I'm not making profit out of it. But I can see why the YouTube algorithm, or if people wanted to personally attack me, they could use that as an attack vector to try and get my channel struck down. So I do have to be careful and know the legal side of it. Before I go into it, it is in its infancy stage, but I just wanted to get that out there in this video. But anyway, I know this has been very different than what you're used to from my channel, so let's get back onto the subject of Chapter 7 and let's get into that montage.